I'm Jeff Krakoff with Story Matters. We're here with special guest Frzy. Grew up in East Liberty section of Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Name
yeah.
is Harvey Daniels, but I think he's known to everyone around the world now as Frzy. Very established rapper. And I was reading an article about you, and I saw that you weren't even allowed to listen to rap in your house as a kid.
No, no, I wasn't, man. Well, you know, my mom was lenient about it. She let me get Will Smith in. You know what I mean? I got my Will Smith on. He was like the cleanest rapper out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I used to get made fun of that a little bit because everybody was listening to Biggie and Pac and, you know, getting they Busta Rhymes and LL Cool J. And I was just like repping Will Smith every time, you know. But it's interesting because he's, out of all the rappers that they used to talk about, he's the only one that's still around.
Yeah. So how do you become a rapper? Growing up, not listening to Will Smith, getting jiggy with it, and a lot of his other
right?
progression. How'd you become a rapper?
Oh man, I always say it was accidentally on purpose, right? You know, when I was graduating from Career Connections Charter High School in Lawrenceville, that's not there anymore. I was the first graduating class, and they held a cool contest for people to just to rap and do a project with Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. My friend signed me up as a joke to be funny. And on the spot, I ended up auditioning and finding out that I could freestyle better than a lot of people. So, you know, I ended up being able to take it seriously. And from that contest, met John Gore, who was a producer of Christina Aguilera, and Ali Jackson, who was a well-known producer in the city. And they helped me just work and grow my craft. And now I got an Emmy and a Grammy on the way, which is crazy.
That's awesome. So tell me about the name Frzy. Where does that come from?
So I wanted to do something unique. So when I first started rapping, my rap name was Freestyle, actually, because I could freestyle. As I started getting bigger and started sitting down with labels, they were like, yo, freestyle's a cool name, but it's too common of a word, right? Like freestyle goes with a lot of different things, not just rap, but, you know, sports and Olympics, swimming, all that stuff. They were like, so no matter how big you get, when we Google freestyle, it'll be hard for you to top those results every time. Frzy was a nickname I was using on songs because I love Swiss Beats, the producer with Alicia Keys and them, and he used to say Swizzy, so I would say Frzy all the time, and I spelled it really cool, and the label was like, oh my God, that's a really cool way of spelling it. You should go with that, man. And luckily I was known, but I wasn't known enough for the name change to really matter. And now, like you said, man, now Frzy is being said all around the world in different languages, which is such a blessing, man. It's insane to see that and hear that. So yeah, man. So now it's stuck with me, and I'm stuck with it.
Right. So I could talk for the rest of this time about all the things you've done. For those that aren't that familiar with you, you've performed with Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Diddy, everybody, yeah.
Featured in Rolling Stone magazine, featured on Sirius XM radio.
Yes,
and
sir.
one of those things, you mentioned an Emmy. You collaborated with WQED TV here in Pittsburgh for a hip hop version of "Won't You Be My Neighbor" to pay tribute to Mr. Rogers' show. And you mentioned you own a world record in the Guinness Book for freestyling. I believe it was 31 hours.
31 hours, man. 31 hours, man. Broke the record, man, which is crazy. It still seems like a dream, you know?
Yeah. So out of all those things, and maybe it's something I didn't mention, what is your number one moment professionally that you're most proud of and think about?
Man, that's a great question, man. It's hard, right? It's hard to, because, you know, they're all kind of like your kids, right? Like you don't have a favorite kid, you know what I mean? But there's always one you like a little bit more. But I think for me, man, it's hard. I want to say, you know what, I'm gonna have to cop out a little bit and say maybe every moment, right? Because every moment at the time that it happens is my favorite. But it also motivates me to want to top it and to do something even better. I'm a big a lot of people don't even know this about me. I'm a big Greek mythology fan, right? Big Hercules, Achilles, right? I'm a fan of the Vikings and those times, right? Where it was honorable, and what you worried about mostly was your name and how your name was left and the legacy that you were able to leave behind. And for me, everything I do with that in mind as well, is how will my name change the world, or how will my name inspire once I'm gone, once I can't say it anymore, right? And working towards the conversations that you'll never hear.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I focus on when I'm doing these things. So right now with breaking the world record, to me, that was something that like will live on forever. Even when someone beats my record, it'll still live on forever, and hopefully inspire those in the future to see that you can do the impossible and to do something that no one's ever done. And now that no one's ever done it, now someone else can do more. So that's the big thing to inspire, right? We don't know what light is until we step out of the darkness.
Right. I see you're wearing a Harvard sweatshirt. I know you've had the opportunity to speak at Harvard and a lot of other, world-renowned institutions. How did that come about, and what's it like?
So, it's interesting for me, right? Because I started this thing called Frzy University, which is me working with a lot of younger artists and trying to make their road a lot easier than mine and inspiring. And then I got the call from Berkeley and Harvard and NYU and, all these places that have allowed me to come and inspire those places. And what excites me about it is the respect and kind of the respect and honor that kind of comes with being able to go into these Ivy League schools that maybe I didn't have the opportunity to go to myself, right? Or someone from my situation or from my background maybe can't get into so easily. Mm-hmm. So to be able to go to these schools and receive love and respect, but also their attention, and that they're absorbing what I've gone through, and they're sitting at some of the smartest schools in the world, and to know that these are the geniuses that will help build the society that's for my unborn child or for my nephew. So to think that, man, maybe I inspired them to do something great, right? Some of these people will be the next president, and the next Bill Gates, the next Steve Jobs. So being able to go there, I think walking on Harvard's campus was like, oh man, I walked in slow motion. I have a cool thing I do. I don't make any of the schools pay me to come. I just make them give me a hoodie.
Ah, nice.
That's what I make them do. So I have a hoodie from every school. We're planning on MIT next, Brown, Yale, which is really cool. And hopefully I'll be actually headed out to Spain to do Berkeley's Spain campus as well, which is awesome. So yeah, it's been incredible, man. It's been amazing.
So speaking of hoodie and hat, you're not at home in LA.
No,
you're in Pittsburgh. Are you kind of quarantining here, right, during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, man, it's good to be home. I think it's good to be home, especially at times like this, man. Because no matter where I'm at in the world, no matter how much LA is in me or my area code on my phone is LA, right? I'm a Pittsburgh boy. And going through this with the city, man, we have so many amazing first responders and people like that you've been interviewing and people that I see on TV every day that are just inspiring in this city and pushing. So I want to be in the epicenter of that, right? I want to be like able to reach my hands out and touch every Pittsburgher and show that love. So that's something that's really, really cool. Your Jagoff podcast just did a best Pittsburgh person, and I won that vote this morning, which was nuts. No, thank you, man. So just being able to sit down with them, we're going to do some interviews and stuff with Eaton Park and places like that. So to be able to have that type of love and energy from the city, there's no way I was going to be anywhere else during this situation.
Okay. Well, last thing I want to talk to you, I know you have a couple things coming up in the near future.
Yeah, man.
Help others during this pandemic. Tell me a little bit about what you have planned.
Well, when I broke the record, I raised money for Music Cares, which is the charity for the Grammys, the Recording Academy. I have a really good relationship with them, and I wanted to do more to try to raise some more money. So they've been doing a lot of Grammy living room concerts lately. So I want to try to do another concert here with a few sponsors in the city, and I'm performing in the living room, and we're gonna do a live on Facebook and raise a lot of money for them, which is gonna be great. So that would be fun, man. And also performing. I missed out on a lot of performances this summer and things that were slated already. So it's going to be cool. It's always cool to practice and perform and give the fans the music, I'm also doing a cool thing, man, called Frzy Who's Next, which will be on Instagram and TikTok. And I just connected with a whole bunch of amazing MCs from around the world. And I'm doing a song that will only be on video. And it features at least almost between 11 and 15 artists that are all rapping right after each other, man, and just like really kind of showing us all united. And it's all on the same beat. My boy J Baby Smooth made the beat, and it just stays connected to every person. It's right on beat from everybody's living room, man. So it was something that was really fun. Got to make some new friends with some artists, and that'll be coming out next week.
Well, keep up the great work.
Thank you, man.
Definitely stay healthy. Love to have you back in Pittsburgh. Can't wait to see the work coming out and what's ahead of you. You seem like the kind of guy, when you set a goal, you pretty much usually achieve it. Look forward to seeing what's next for you, Frzy.
Oh man, thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. This time has been amazing kicking it with you, man. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you more than 6 feet away soon.
All right. You take care. Hope to see you soon.
All right, sounds good, man. Talk to you soon.
Right. Take care. If you or someone you know has an interesting story to share, let us know. Email us at storymatters@krakoffcom.com.